Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you guys are. So today, I'm touching upon a topic which, again, some of you have asked me to cover, and that is about communicating in the workplace. I think most of us, when we are working in an environment, especially in the initial stages of our career, the first 5 years, 6 years, especially, there is a lot of challenge. And I know for the fact, after having, worked with so many professionals in the past, more than 4,000 plus, people struggle to communicate effectively. They're not sure about themselves. They're not having the right source of guidance. The biggest problem is they don't have proper guidance. That's the biggest challenge. So here I am trying to share certain pointers and trying to see what tips, what elements I can share with you guys, so such that you can be in a better frame of mind as you take on these situations. So I hope all of you are able to see my screen. So just to start off with, first and foremost, it is very important to understand that communication at work is a very, very important element. It is not something which you can take lightly. Your growth in every way, is dependent on your communication at work. Okay? That's very important. So before I take on my slides, I have a request to make that please do subscribe, follow on my social media channels, LinkedIn, YouTube, where you're seeing this video, as well as in Facebook. Please go ahead and be a part of it so that you can see much more videos. It will help me to understand you guys better and get you the right form of information, right form of videos, such that I can contribute to your growth and learning. Okay, so thanks for that. So starting off with certain elements, certain key points, I will say, which is very, very important in your role that you play. You should understand your role. That is very, very important. If you don't know your role, what you are playing, it's a big, big problem. You have to understand the role that you are playing. If you aren't clear, talk to your HR, talk to your manager, whosoever, but know what you are supposed to do. And they should be in the very first month. You should have the courage to go and ask. Be courageous in communicating the right way. Okay. Second is correlate with your peers. If you are going to sit silently in the corner and doing your own work and think that I can deliver based on my own thinking, you are in a fool's paradise. Never do that. You have to come out and talk, correlate with your peers, colleagues, interdepartmental team members. Be free to meet people. I'm not saying do gossip. We'll come to that in the next slide. But you have to know how to correlate and interact with your people, so that you know where you stand and understand the position that you are in. Okay, that's very, very important. And third is, you have to ask questions. Don't hesitate to ask questions and get your required clarifications. Don't wait till the last moment, because most of the people I've seen, they wait till the last moment till they are asked, before they come out and really come out and talk. And sometimes at that point of time, it's too late when they are not delivering. And then they are told, why did you ask me earlier? Your manager tells you or your supervisor tells you, why did you ask about this earlier? This would have helped us save a lot of time. So time is very, very precious as you go working, and you have to value the time. If you're not able to value time, you always will fall short of your deliverables. So always do the right thing at the right time. Be participative. Next pointer is being participative. If you're not with your team members, if you're not there, when there is a meeting or there is any kind of discussion, then you'll always fall back. So always be upfront, always be coming forward to be a part of whatever brainstorming sessions or whatever is there, be a part of it. Don't try to run away from anything. Okay. The moment you are trying to run away from situations, you will always face problems. Never do that. And then other point is be an active listener. A lot of people want to jump into conclusions without even understanding the situations, without understanding the work assigned. They jump into situations. I have had situations where people jump into conclusions, and ultimately, even after 10 days of working, they are they are not clear what they are supposed to do. And at the end of the day, they fail in being successful in what they were doing. So it is very, very important that you are active listener, understand really well, and don't hesitate to ask your colleague or whoever team member is there as to whether your understanding is right on the situation. If you still want, go to your manager, supervisor, and ask whether this is the right way to go about with it before you make an approach. Don't wait till the last moment. And then you have to be productive oriented. Okay, productive oriented is all about being productive at a point of time where it is required. Ultimately, your productivity is what matters. Okay, whatever you may be, and that is a very, very important skill as part of your communication. If you are not productive, then you have a problem. You have to ensure that you deliver at the right time, because that is where you are, what do you call it, screened on, you are appraised on your productivity ultimately, which is your communication, part of your communication. It cannot be segregated. It's all a part and parcel of being properly communicated, being properly oriented towards being productive, and as well as, and this all will happen only if you are well communicated with your surrounding and environment. Interpersonal skill, the last point here, is also very, very important. You need to correlate at the right time, the right people. Okay, don't get into situations where you try to show your skills at the wrong place. Whatever matters to you, whatever you are working on, first work on those areas. Don't get into situations where you are getting into somebody else's work which is not related to you. You will end up mixing up everything and you will be a failure. And that always happens when you are not sure of your own work, but you are trying to help somebody else. And this can be a very big detrimental point. So in my courses, these points are covered, a little more in depth as to what you should be doing at the right time, at the right place. So you will come to know about them more. Okay. The next slide is cut the crap around you. This may sound a little harsh, but it's a fact, and you need to make sure that you are cutting the crap around you. Don't get into a situation of gossip. Most of the people, try to get into gossip just to get themselves distracted from their work, just to have a kind of a recreation. They start gossiping with the people, talking about colleagues, talking about managers. That is very, very detrimental. Okay, it's harmful for you. It's harmful for the team. So don't get into that situation. Try to avoid as much as you can. I'm not saying, sometimes you have to be a part of some gossip, although you may not like it, but then know how to balance that situation. Don't become a addict to gossiping around in the organization. And create positivity where whatever you do, try to create positivity around you, because that's a very, very important element of communication. So ensure that you are part of that and help others. The more you help others, it's a form of communication which you cannot detach yourself from. Helping others is a very, very positive way to show that you are communicating in the right way. But yes, before helping others, first see whether you are delivering, you are on target with your deadlines. That is very important. And yes, if somebody comes to you, please go ahead and help. Don't run away from anyone. If somebody is not helping you, doesn't mean that you do the same. And if you see any negative elements around, doesn't mean that you also follow that same practice. Follow the right practices around you. That's very, very important. Think out of the box. That's again a form of communication which you need to inculcate. Okay. Whatever you do the general way that everyone does, what you do differently is what matters. And honestly, do things honestly. That is what I always say. Don't do something, just as a shortcut method. If you're not honest with what you're doing, and you just jump into situations and try to get things done, you will always be into trouble. Don't do that mistake. Okay. And yeah, authenticity. That's very, very, very important. Authenticity, I tell you. This is so very important. Whenever you try to deal with a situation, be authentic. Don't try to fake yourself. Because when you try to do that, in front of a team member or with your group, you will always be in a bad shape. So don't fake yourself and be approachable. That's very, very important, because these are the key elements which will make you succeed as a team player. Okay, as an individual. Even tomorrow, when you grow as a manager, these skills will help you to take you to the next level. Because your permutation and combination as a person will depend on all these features that you inculcate, and you are able to pass it on to your team members and to your down the lines. Even if you're a manager, you need to have these qualities, which is so very important. So I hope I have put across my points clearly, and I hope you like this video. These are all short videos, just to inculcate certain habits, just to give you a brief background of what is what. And please feel free to share your ideas and thoughts. And I would love to look into them, and I will definitely try to answer some of them. I do receive quite a few emails with queries and all kinds of thought processes from members. Some are very challenging indeed. So I do reply to most of them, but sometimes I'm not able to fulfill those to my members who are there, who are active members of my community of Shift Ahead in their career. So as you all know, that Shift Ahead is the logo of my company, under which this particular digital coaching is a form of action. So feel free to share your views. As I said before, please do subscribe to my channel so that it will encourage me to understand you guys better. So more you relate, the more I will understand better. Okay. Thank you very much. And keep sharing and keep viewing these channels. Thank you very much.